All right, so similar to the last concept where we block the backside of the zone to handle the numbers, this is a very similar concept. It's just a split flow action. So you can read the backside, you can block the backside. The last set of clips I showed was blocking the backside from the same side. Now we're going to block the backside from the opposite side and swipe the tight end or the running back. And so here's a look at some of these concepts. Okay, again, the O-line is going to LLC or zone to the left. And the running back is used to block the first color outside of the tackle. So this is a tough one because you don't always know who's going to present. The scraping linebacker could show up, or this linebacker could show up, or this player could show up. The key on this concept is that you train your swiper or your tight end running back player to try to scrape paint off the tackle's hip. All right, we say you want to light a match off of his hip or you want to scrape his paint. So be as tight as possible. He could probably be a little tighter here. And then we want to fit inside out so that if the ball were to bend behind the right tackle, we would have a seam to run in right here. Running back has the option on all of our zone to really take this thing anywhere that he sees the most open light. And we have, different ways of kind of training the running back in the system to do that. The bottom line is you just got to let these guys play. If you get too overly descriptive on read this movement or key this defender, I think my experience has been you're slowing them down. At the end of the day, we try to give them some keys in each front for what good indicators might be for where to go with the ball. But at the end of the day, we give them an aiming point and just tell them to be a football player. Okay, so on this particular play, we don't have a pitch back, so we're really not simulating option. We might be RPOing the perimeter, or we might just give the quarterback a play off. All right, this play now is a kind of a three-back formation, wishbone look, and we're going to have a pitch back, we're going to have a swipe, and then we're going to have the dive. You'll see here that the quarterback is actually facing the zone side, and on this particular play, we schemed it up so the quarterback would be giving a false read on the direction. Okay, what I mean by that is normally, I'll go to the tight here because it's easier to see. Normally, if the quarterback opens up this way, the zone is to the left. Okay, but we believe that there's a lot of value in every now and then changing that look where the quarterback is actually opening up to the zone side. And so this is actually zone right with a split flow kick from our running back. And the quarterback is showing option here, but really is freed up to just hand the ball. And we absolutely could add a read element to this. And I'll keep making that point is there is, a lot of opportunities on these 6-man extra surfaces where you block the backside to actually read it and run option or throw an RPO. But the clips I'm showing you now are mostly just gives. Okay, this clip will be, I think, one I showed earlier. This is a split flow zone, and the quarterback is making the numbers right by reading a smoke screen on the edge. Now, it's not super common that we ask our quarterback to kind of read over his back shoulder. But we knew in this game that the player that we would make us right on this was a linebacker who was aligned in a way that we felt like there's no way he's going to get out to the screen anyway, and that just wasn't his assignment. So we felt like we could get away with it. We talked about it on the sideline, and the quarterback did a great job executing. So I would advise mostly that you open your quarterback's eyes up to the side where he's reading but there is option to do it this way as well. Okay, good look at the LLC. We're zoning to the left. The swiper comes and is kicking the inside number of the first thing that shows outside the tackle, which in this case was the D end. And so you're in a great spot because the defense is gapped out. This player technically should be spilling and wrong arming this block to get inside of it, but we work really hard at training leverage on this block so we can get two in a gap, which really, if we would have handed this ball off, we would have had a really nice run as well. Okay, another great look at the split flow zone LLC. This time we're adding a surface with the tight end on the front side of the zone, and really just how you want it to look. Really good job with LLC. Our center sees a knee to him, so he's going to pick him up. Our guard has a knee away, so he's going to lean and climb, and does a really nice job climbing. Okay, you really want to try to have tough running backs. I love this clip because there's really two unblocked defenders, both safeties we can't really account for in this system. And at the end of the day, you're going to have your best years running this stuff when your running back is able to evade or break tackles on the third level. Because if you do things right, the players that have to make tackles in this system are going to be safeties. And that's a good situation to be in, especially if your back can make your safeties miss. Okay, really good look at split flow zone versus an odd front. The running back is going to swipe, and his job is to block inside out the first thing that shows outside the tackle, and now that's not the D end because the D end played the B gap. And so the running back needs to be tight. And I'm telling you right now, if you're going to run split flow zone, the technique that we teach is sprint to the center, shuffle, and then get vertical. And if I'm being honest, this clip, we're too wide. We're not doing a great job with it, and we don't win the leverage that we want. So that's a good teaching point, is how do you get your swiper across, especially in a front like this where you don't totally know who you're going to end up blocking. Well, scrape paint off the left tackle, put yourself vertical, be under more control, and go inside out on this block.